Greetings, nerdlings and geeklings out there of the internet. In case you can't tell, I'm a little bit of a Star Wars fan. I'm also a little bit of an angry Star Wars fan right now. The last few decades, the fandom of Star Warsness has not been a happy fandom. Now, we did get some things that did make us happy, like the Star Wars Force Unleashed games, which were balls to the wall fucking awesome. Everything from the storyline to the gameplay was fucking rad as hell. And now it's not canon. Now, some of you really don't care what's canon and what's not, but let me go ahead and just explain why I'm upset and why there's a few more that may be a little upset for the next few days. It has recently been announced by Lucasfilm people that a lot of effort and time and basically the entire expanded universe of Star Wars has been declared uncanon. This is decades of people's work, time and effort. Building blocks are now just being pushed aside and be like, new slate. Which is basically what they are quoted in saying, we've got a new slate of things that we can make money off of. Yay. So, real quick on what is no longer canon, as I just mentioned, the Force Unleashed games. Basically, every book that has ever been written, including but not limited to the X-Wing series, the New Jedi Order, the Knights of the Old Republic, and yeah, pretty much everything. Except that wonderful show on Cartoon Network, the Star Wars The Clone Wars. That's canon! Yeah, y'all remember that piece of asswipe? They had the pilot as a movie, and it came out in theaters. Most of us threw up, demanded our money back. There were small riots. Children were crushed. Okay, maybe that didn't happen at your theater, but that's beside the point. Yeah, that is canon. But the New Jedi Order, that's what I read. I read so many of the books, the ones that took place in between the movies, the ones that took time to explain, like why it took 3 years for them to go and rescue Han, and what happened in between episode 4 and episode 5. Little stuff like that. And in this expansion, in this expanded universe, we get very important characters that become very important to the universe. And we get very, milestone events. Like, spoiler alert, which I guess is no longer a spoiler now, the death of Chewbacca. Now, even though George Lucas did not work personally on any of this, and what he did personally work on, never mind. Everything was basically run through George and it's like, can we do this? And he'd be like, yes, no, kill the Wookiee, don't kill the Wookiee. Kill the Wookiee one. And as many people who find this either new and horrible news and those who don't, this was not necessarily a needed thing, but it did provide a lot of conflict and lots of character growth. There is almost a cat running by, and now she's lost. Come back here with my train of thought. Moving on. There was so much character development, so much character growth that was established. We had Jason and Jaina Solo. Just to let you know, those were the twins, Han and Leia. And their smaller brother, younger brother, Anakin Solo. There was Ben Skywalker. Jason, who becomes Darth Cetus? C-A-E-D-U. I forgot to do S. That one right there. That kid. That new Sith. That was a great storyline that came out. Really, I'll go out there and say most of the later expanded universe was better than most of the canon storylines. I'm excluding the original trilogy in this, and you can't say anything about the prequels because those storylines were not great to begin with anyways. But this is my point. Another thing that I guess is no longer canon would be the Jedi Apprentice series. These were short chapter books that came out. I had like half of them, and it was about when Obi-Wan was a Padawan. And then there was a follow-up series of when Anakin is a Padawan. The first one taking place before the events of Episode 1, and the second one taking place before the events of Episode 2. These were great filler information. This gave you background on, well, very important characters. Even though whenever they're small and isn't needed in order to enjoy the film and stuff. No! But we kind of like this stuff. And now you're saying, nope, but you can have the Clone Wars series. And I have a slight question that goes with that. Before Episode 3, there was a really good mini-series, Clone Wars. It was animated, had very edgy in animation. Each episode was like 2 to 5 minutes long, but they were good and they explained some details. Are those no longer canon? And it just begs a lot of questions that I really would like to go and sit down with a Q&A with these people and go, is everything that was written in between the books no longer, or just things that were written after the movies? Is what no longer canon? But apparently the exclusion of Force Unleashed is, yeah, I guess that answers my question. So, but once again, the things that will be canon is the hopefully soon to be Rebels TV show and the new Battlefront video game. You know, the new things that they can make money off of in the future, along with Episode 7. I really hope that they know what they're doing. They're putting basically a little sticker on all the expanded universe stuff that says Legends, so you don't get them confused with what's canon and what's non-canon. And we've had Star Wars Legends before. I've mostly seen them in comic form. I have a few, actually, and I've been okay with registering them as non-canon. They're fun, but when I've put so much time and money and emotion into these characters, the only thing I can do is pray that they follow up on their word, which they said that these expanded universe stories, that some of them will have influence on what is going to be the new canonization of the series. So, does that mean that we are going to have Jason and Jaina Solo and Ben Skywalker coming in? Because we do have a younger cast that's been named. So, yay, are we going to get these characters? But are they going to have the same depth and development that has been pushed through all these years of books? Now, I do not expect this depth and development if these characters are presented out. If these characters are definitely brought in. If they will have that development. You can't do that even in like a 2 to 3 hour movie. Really hope it's not 3 hours. But seriously, you can't have that kind of growth. It's just not possible, and if you do, it feels forced and unreal, and I did not intend the force joke in there, but it's there. You're welcome. So, I'm a little uneasy about this. I've never been easy about the Star Wars new movies. When I was younger, I've been like, yay, episode 7, 8, and 9. But now I've learned to appreciate what I have stored in my safe over there, which is an original VHS copy of Return of the Jedi. A weaker of the original 3, but it's mine, and it's original, and it's good. It's still good. So, tell me, Internet, what is your fears? What are your hopes? What is going to happen in your episode 7? And what should they do, and what should they totally just completely ignore, delete from their giant archives of expanded universe possibilities? I do like that they at least mentioned that they're going to take influences from the expanded universe, because there are some great, awesome stories in there. And, you know, I only mentioned or hinted at a few things. The reason I didn't say some things because I'm really bad at pronouncing stuff, and I don't want you making fun of me like you do Sarah Palin. So, with that all said, comments, hates, loves, whatever you feel like doing, and I will see you soon. May the Force be with you. Hey everyone again, this is Potato, the cat butt that you saw run through, and this is me getting back at her. So originally we were going to do a longer theatrical styled video instead of the rant and rave, but someone kept distracting and wanting attention, so yeah. We did a short like highlight reel video. She wants to go eat. Fuck you, cat. Get out of here. Go. Go. So, I hope you enjoyed the video before, and I hope you enjoyed these cute little highlights of a cat attacking a TIE fighter and a lightsaber. So, may the Force be with you. And I wanna feed you. No, give it back. Give it. No, stop. I need this. No, give it back. No.